welcome back to Jennifer's Corner. Today I have my sister with me, my sister Stephanie. Say hi.
Hi.
Today I was planning to ask you some questions about our Dominican culture, our music.
Yes, I'm very excited.
All right, so let's get right into these questions. So, what's
Okay.
what's your favorite type of dance or music?
Ooh, okay. So my favorite type of music has to be salsa and típico, obviously, because one, I just love the upbeatness. Is that a word? Upbeat of both genres, specifically salsa, because I know how to dance it, so it just makes it more enjoyable. But Noche No Tea, I am the only one who knows how to dance in the family or whatever.
I don't know why you had to say that.
I
Put me
had
on blast like that.
to.
But I'm gonna let that slide because it's okay. It's okay. I dance bachata and merengue a little bit better, so I guess it evens out.
Yeah, we have our strengths and weaknesses, but anyway.
All right. So how did we learn how to dance merengue típico?
Great question. So, long story short, we learned, all of these dances actually in Dominican Republic because our mom, when she realized that we didn't know how to dance, she was like, girls, yeah, I gotta get it together because come on now.
Y'all are old enough now.
Her stance was basically like, if, we're ever at a party or something, you guys can't be like just sitting when you could be enjoying yourself dancing and not feeling embarrassed. Because at the time, I think we can both agree that we were slightly.
That was embarrassing.
A little.
It was embarrassing. It was embarrassing. Like, that's it.
Because when you don't know how to dance, like you're just very uncomfortable. So it what is it called? Like you can tell.
Yeah.
Right, that you're
Not only that, but in parties when during the times we didn't know how to dance, people would like in family parties, people like pull you to into the dance floor. But if you don't know how to dance, it's kind of like, oh shoot, what do I do?
Right. Yeah. You're just in an uncomfortable position, right? So we did learn from a couple of people. Well, two people really.
Yeah.
Not a couple. But our first cousin Pamela, right?
Yeah.
She taught us how to dance mainly bachata and merengue. Mm-hmm. Which was really fun because we got to go to her house. But she was also very, like it was fun to learn from her because she wasn't like judgmental or anything like that.
Yeah, she was very comforting. She was like, 100. I understand that you guys don't know, so just listen to the music and try and feel comfortable with it because the more you practice, the better you'll get.
Exactly. And it was really fun too because she also a couple of times brought her friend over and we all danced together. It was really fun. We cracked jokes here and there because there was a lot of jokes to say when we were dancing. But then we also, or I don't know if you learned from Uri as well, but I did. So our other cousin, she taught me how to dance salsa, and I remember that day because we were in front of her house and we can hear the music from the colmado, the corner store.
Yeah.
And I remember like she would tell me like, oh, just listen, because she saw that I was so focused on like my feet position, like the steps,
like staring at the floor.
Exactly. That's a big no-no. So basically, she was just like, feel the music and just let it come to you. Because if you're too focused on like, the steps or your hips or whatever, then you're just not gonna be able to do it.
And you're not gonna enjoy yourself.
Exactly. She's like, listen to the beat, okay?
So for those of you who don't know what a colmado is kind of like a corner store. It's kind of like the magnet of the Dominican, I guess, little neighborhood.
Like a staple, you mean?
Yeah, it's like a staple. You go there and you kind of just hang out with your friends or your family.
Yeah.
And you listen to music.
Play dominoes.
If you're old enough, you drink some beers. Yeah, it's kind of just like a place to unwind. It's not really a bar. It's more like a corner store, really.
Yeah, but it's also not really a corner store either because you can't just walk in and shop. You have to ask the counter person, the cashier, whatever.
Do you think our music is universal? Do you feel like many people can learn how to dance bachata, merengue, salsa, típico? Or
I personally have definitely seen different types of people, dance bachata, merengue, salsa, whatever. But more specifically, like when we were younger, I remember going to like a resort, I think one time, and I would see, you know, the Americans dancing and
the Americans,
the way, you know, the Americans that you wouldn't expect to find dancing, right?
Yeah.
But it was really fun to watch, not like in a funny way, but it was just enjoyable to see that other people can also enjoy, you know, our music, our culture. Exactly. So, do I think it's universal 100%? Because it's something like, I feel like music in general, right? Not just even like Dominican music, but it's something that everyone can enjoy, right? It's not like for one designated person or people. It's something that anybody can enjoy, anybody can learn, right? If they really try and exactly. But at the end of the day, it's more about having fun, right? So like I said before, you can't focus too much on, you know, the way that you're trying to step or how your hips are moving or whatever the case may be. It has to be something that you just feel in your body, because then everything else will kind of unwind itself, right? So that's what I remember, you know, when I was younger, watching other people dance, because I saw them and I'm like, oh wait, okay, so it's not just us that can dance, they can dance too. You know what I mean? So that's why I always say there's no wrong way of dancing, but if you don't got rhythm, girl,
you're kind of screwed.
Yeah, it's over for you.
I mean, not for nothing, but I've seen, so bachata and merengue and salsa specifically are it's a type of music that many Latin American countries listen to, and they put their own twist to it. But sometimes, like on Instagram, I've been seeing some weird ass moves, like people dancing bachata and they're like doing a snake move, and I'm like, what are you doing? That's not even right.
Yeah, no, yeah, I agree. The only thing that is like cool to watch is salsa, the different ways of dancing salsa.
Oh yes, yeah.
I remember I found out there was like a Cuban way, Puerto Rican way, obviously.
Colombian
way. No, and there's also a street way in New York, because, you know, there's a lot of Puerto Ricans. So there's a different way of dancing everywhere, which I find so interesting, because obviously like salsa and bachata, right, are ways that you could, it's like, yes, like the steps are pretty straightforward, but at the same time, you could really kind of add your own twist, like you said. So it kind of changes sort of the dance in a way, you know, to everyone. So it kind of caters to, you know, a broader audience. Yeah, exactly.
A broader audience.
Yeah. That's what I find most fascinating about that, is that really anybody can kind of turn it into their own version.
Kind of like Ratatouille. Anybody can dance.
Anybody?
Any
question?
Mostly anybody.
Okay, yeah.
Mostly everybody. So, why do you think it's so important in our culture to know how to dance and know like the different types of music that's in our culture?
So I think that specifically in Dominican Republic, music has like stories behind it. There's always a lot of meaning behind the songs and, you know, the dances or whatever that's made. So I think that's one, you know, major significance, you know, about music. But I also think that it brings the community together in a way, right? So as cliche as that may sound, but just like thinking back to like all the family parties, like dancing is the one of the main things that I remember. Like when I would dance with my uncles, cousins, whatever, you know.
Yeah.
So it's something that just makes you feel good, right? Even if you don't know how to do it, because before I relearned how to dance, I thought I was eating it up, girl.
Girl, stop! Don't even mention that, because I have seen like videos from when I was first learning, and I was stiff as a board, girl. I was stiff, like it was cringy, like it was bad. It was bad.
So I think that's really, it just makes it very like, it makes you in a good mood, you know what I mean? Like it makes you happy to sort of be around just like good vibes. It really just is just good
vibes, honestly, because once you hear the music turn on, you kind of just like feel it,
right? You're like bumping,
you're like, oh dang, okay.
I can get down with it, right? Yeah, so I think that's really what makes it so important to the Dominican culture. We love to have a good time, we love to have fun, and dancing is just one of our like gateways to kind of express that joy, that excitement, that happiness.
And spread the positivity too.
Exactly.
Yeah. All right. Thank you so much for coming onto my podcast
and speaking with
me.
It was so fun.
And catch you in the next episode, everyone. Thanks for listening. Bye.